Hello everyone, my name is Anastasia Meng and I'm a Russian cross stitcher who lives in Beijing, China. So welcome to my channel that is mostly dedicated to cross stitch but also about just random things about my life. And here we go. Today will be a video about 24 hours of cross stitch. And hear me out first before you be like, oh, I don't want to see your progress during 24 hours on only one project, and you will turn off your turn off your phone or turn off your iPad. So we are gonna do something else, but first I have to tell you what is 24 hours of cross stitch in case you're just first time here and you maybe don't know, because I was also the first time somewhere and learned about it. So this is project or challenge created by Jen Lee and her mom, and they run a whole Facebook group consistent about this challenge, and so it's really cool. And if you want to see more, you can go to her Flosstube channel or the Facebook group. I think it's called 24 hours of cross stitch, where you can learn more about it. But as it appeared, it was a challenge where you have to cross stitch during your 24 hours, no sleep, no eat, no shower. I'm just kidding, but where you have to dedicate 24 hours straight to cross stitch. But then it was super intense, and not many people could do it this way, especially people who have families or who are working. So then it kind of became very relaxed way, you kind of cross stitch 24 hours over the weekend or over Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or even about during the week, but then you show us the consistent progress of 24 hours on your project or even several projects. So it became so relaxed. Everyone can do it. And before, I already did it a couple of times, 24 hours over the weekends, which you can actually see on my channel before. Also, one time I missed it. I was really not in a space to do 24 hours just dedicated to cross stitch, so I dedicated 24 hours to Flosstube. And on my Instagram, Neko Detka, which you can also go and check out, I even create some moments, 24 hours of Flosstube, when I watched 24 different Flosstube videos. I'm not sure it was 24 hours, but I watched 24 different Flosstube videos, and it took me around 3 days to do it, because yeah, watching is also takes a lot of time and energy, but it's amazing. And on my moments you can see all the names of these channels, and if you're just looking for something else to watch, yeah, go ahead and watch them, because these are the people I really love and I respect, and their channels are the best. And recently there was another 24 hours of cross stitch, and when I say recently, it was actually before Halloween, and I was way behind on it because I learned about it when people started posting their videos so that they finished it, and I'm like, oh, I'm already late. So I wouldn't even bother catching up. But then I was like, oh, but it's such a cool thing, 24 hours of cross stitch. So I was gonna do it during the Halloween weekend, when actually my husband was going on a couple-day business trip to another city, and I was like, oh, I have the whole weekend, the house just for myself. I can actually do the very extreme version, where I will not go to shower, I will not go anywhere, I'll just sit and stitch and that's it. But then there were a few new cases in Beijing, and our zombie apocalypse started again. Not so many, but still the Beijing people are overreacting real much. So all the business trips were cancelled, and doing an extreme version of cross stitch, it's with your husband being at home and being bored and just waiting on you, are you finished yet? Are you done yet? Can we go out yet? So it's kind of not the thing I want to do. So I decided to make not 24 hours of cross stitch, but 24 hours with the cross stitcher. And here's what I mean. It's I will show you my 24 hours of a day. I will take the busiest day ever during the week, but also I'm stitching is my daily routine on the weekdays. So I will be stitching, maybe we will do some cooking together, and I will take you out to have class with me, because I'm working as a tutor of English right now, so we will go to some place to teach some English, and maybe something else. So what do you think about it? Do you like the idea? I certainly do. So let's see you tomorrow, because tomorrow is Wednesday and it's like one of my busiest days of the week. And yeah, I decided not to show you the day where I can actually like just laze around, cross stitch, go to a class, come back, cross stitch again. I will show you the day where I actually have a lot of things to do. So see you in a minute.
Good morning, everyone. My morning starts with May. Usually, she wakes me way before the alarm clock and like stomping on my head and jumping on me and purring so loudly. Sometimes she sneezes like right on my face. So she's the best alarm clock I could wish for and the worst one at the same time because I can't just hate her. I mean, like, I have to allow her anything. So let's get up.
Oh, today morning we started very early. Twice a week I started so early as 7:45, but today I had to wake up a little earlier to make this little video for you and to show how I'm studying Chinese language. I got a lot of comments from like relatives and friends. Why am I studying Chinese like this? When I'm paying a teacher, we have online class, and I'm like officially studying language when I'm living in a country. My husband is Chinese. Why he's not teaching me Chinese? Things like that. I think it's interesting because not all people understand that if I would ask my husband to teach me Chinese, first of all, he's not a Chinese teacher. He's not like a professional Chinese teacher or anything. And he doesn't understand how to teach Chinese to foreigners, which is like a very different level. If you teach your language to your children, you kind of like it's easier for them because they hear it at home. They're already raised with it, and yeah, every child has to be taught how to read and write, and that's new. But he doesn't need to understand how to put like words in a sentence or something because they have it every day at home. But when you learn a foreign language for you, you kind of don't understand, especially like Chinese and Russian. They're very different, like in where to put what words, like the links between the words, the way we put the words together or link them together. They are so different. It's not just like it's not even the same order. So my husband does not understand this, and it will be so difficult for him to try to explain to me, and it will be frustrating for me that I don't understand. Like he's trying his best to explain to me, but I don't understand. That's so frustrating, and it will steal a lot of our time together. Like he is very busy every day, so the only time he could teach me is either very late in the evenings, which is like my head is not working at that moment and his head isn't working either, or on the weekends where we can just enjoy our time together and go visit his parents or our friends or other relatives and go somewhere, see places, not just like sit at home and study. This is a wonderful weekend time. So that's why I choose to pay professional teacher to teach me, to explain to me everything, where she can actually like understand what I mean when I say I don't hear the tones, because Chinese language is very musical, it's very tone oriented. Like the same word can have four tones, and because of the tone of the word, like it can have like a rising tone, falling tone, like double rise tone or something like. I'm not the best because obviously I suck at it, but just a example is that, for example, the word Qingwen, we can have Qingwen or Qingwen or Qingwen or Qingwen. So things like that. And my husband kind of don't understand that I, as a foreigner, plus I don't really have a musical ears like at all. So it's kind of difficult for me to even hear the sounds. Not, I can't produce them clearly, and for me the teacher needs to speak very slowly, very clearly, and very exaggerated, so I will like catch these words. When he tried to teach me something, it's always like oh, I'll show her how to say this word in real life. So he says something, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? And I'm learning Chinese. Like, I'm not learning Chinese characters, but I'm learning Chinese phonetical system, like pinyin. They have this, like, we have phonetics, they have pinyin, which is actually like they have Chinese characters, and translation, not translation, but like they're sounding in in English letters. Um, it's not English, but it's how they sound. So I'm learning this pinyin and I'm learning the sounding of the words so I can start speaking faster. Because for me right now, after living here 5 years, I kind of learned that I don't actually need the language to live in the country. But especially I don't need a writing language. Like, I'm not writing anyone letters or typing Chinese characters anywhere. But what would help me a lot to make my life here more interesting and wonderful is that I could talk to people. And my goal is to understand what people are saying and be able to talk to them. That's why I'm learning pinyin. And like right now we're learning the directions. So my homework was to write everywhere how to go anywhere. So for example, we could say 请问最近的地铁站在哪儿？一是往前走，到第二个路口往西边拐。It's like, where is the nearest subway station? You have to go straight. Then at the second crossroad, you have to turn west. So I kind of like can make sentences, and it's difficult for me to actually in real life to speak a little bit like out of my head. But right now I'm focusing on learning as many words as I can, and our topic right now is like directions. So that's why it's so difficult. Like in real life, I'm using maps, I don't need directions. So all the words are super difficult, but other topics are very useful for me. I finished my Chinese class, and what do we have next in our list of things for today? I need to go and get my corona test because right now I got a new job as a tutor of English. So I'm home tutor. So I'm a home tutor of English, and I'm going to other people's houses, and of course they're a little restless in this like time of the year or this time in our world to let other people like go inside their house like freely, take off the mask and talk to the children. So they asked me to do a test, so just to show the parents if I qualify and I'm like healthy and everything is normal with me. So let's go and have the test and see how it goes. Actually, I'm a little nervous because every time before that I went with Aaron, and Aaron is so easy to just fill on my phone the form, the application, and just like tell me where to sign, and they take my test and everything is done. So it's actually my first time going there myself. Like yesterday he helped me to register for today, so it's not like I have to do everything 100% myself, but still going there and trying to explain people like why I'm here could be a little challenge for me. But that's why I'm learning Chinese. So let's see how it goes. I already came back from the test, and to my surprise, it was like the easiest thing of the day. It took me literally like 10 minutes. The whole process with the driving scooter there, it's very near, but when I came there, I saw like a huge line of people, like maybe 40 people there outside, and it's cold here. So just standing there and waiting 40 people, I was like, oh my god, that's for the next like couple hours at least. Yes, everyone is doing it pretty quickly. The test is the quickest thing ever, but everyone has to wait their turn. Everyone has to fill in the blanks, report to the computer, pay for it, and then go to take a test. So at least like 5-6 minutes for a person. So I was like, oh my god. And then I saw the nurse, and just to make sure, I asked her, like, I showed her a screenshot of like my serial number that I'm registered for today, and like, is that test here? Is that like, am I in the right place? Do I take this line? And she's like, oh, come with me. and in Chinese, so my Chinese finally paid off and I could actually understand what she's saying. She's like, come with me. And because I think I'm a foreigner, she decided to get rid of me faster and then take normal line. So we cut the whole line, and she helped me actually to fill in the forms, because on my phone I have to fill in the forms, but it's all in Chinese. So she actually tell me what's this. She read the characters and say like, this is your name, that's your phone number, that's your passport number, that's your nationality, that's your country, things like that. And I will write them in English, and she actually helped me to write my address in Chinese, because there is no English addresses in China, but whatever. So we basically cut 40 people in line, and then like it take me 3 minutes just to make the test, and she's like, oh yeah, you can go. And I'm like, oh my god, all this, I just feel how all these people already hate me because they were standing there for a long time and they just cut it. And even if it's like took me very little time, I think everyone thought that they pay too much special attention to me because I'm a foreigner, and just making a video there, I decided not to. Like, I didn't want to antagonize more people against me. So instead, I came home and started stitching. And happy to tell, I already finished my today's norm of 400 stitches on this project. Hooray! Right now, every day I'm stitching 3 projects. Every day I'm stitching 3 projects. I'm stitching this. This is a kit by, like, I think Polish or Ukrainian company Mirashka. I think Ukrainian company Mirashka. It's called the Dawn. It's like this lady holding a sun. You can actually see the lady and her hands and little sun. Yeah, the lady's super creepy, but she already have eyes and mouth. Just the start. It's like 1 stitches of each. But if you saw my previous video, yeah, I'm so immature. I should start making these pictures like before and after. I still don't do them. So if you wanted to see how it was before, just go and look my previous video. But right now it's already been maybe 3 days as I'm stitching this every day. So I grew some sky, I think from here around, like I grew some sky. I added green in her wreath. There is a wreath of flowers in her hair, so there'll be green, yellow, blues there. And now today I was stitching in dark green here, so all the dark green is new, and some yellow. So that's my progress for today, and I'm super happy. 2 other projects I'm stitching is the pumpkin wreath, which I'm like ranting about every time, but now I'm kind of behind on it, but I still have time, so I'm choosing this over the pumpkin wreath, and I still need to catch up on the pumpkin wreath so much. So maybe one day, maybe tomorrow, I will just not stitch the dawn and stitch on the pumpkin wreath more, maybe 2 rows, I don't know. But yeah, that's my life, whatever. And also every day I'm stitching a dragon, but today I will be stitching a dragon when I will go on Subway. So it's a very tiny, cute design, which I'm actually taking as my travel project. So every time I'm going somewhere on Subway, I'm stitching it. And also the pumpkin wreath I will be stitching after work. So when I will come back home and after work. But what we're gonna do now, it's a little past noon. We're gonna have some lunch, and after that we're gonna go to the supermarket. I need to buy some food and prepare dinner. Like lunches I order, but dinners I cook, because Aaron will be coming and it's always wonderful for him to try my food and eat it. So yeah. And usually we would do some pasta or fried potatoes. I will bake something, but today, because I'm making a video, so it's something special, I decided to make some chicken mushroom pancakes. So let's go buy some chicken mushrooms, chicken and mushrooms, and then we will cook pancakes together. Hey guys, just wanted to share with you, like, how cute is this lunch? So I order some ready-made food, and this time it's Korean, I think. Ta-da! It's like rice and fried chicken and some pickles, vegetables, and pickled vegetables, and mango daifuku. So it's like rice, little sweet dumpling with a mango jam inside. But how cute it is! They sent me their card so I can scan and order directly from the shop. That's so also cute. I love the painting. One day I will stitch it. So enjoy your food. Kitchen. So are you ready for the first cooking sessions with Anastasia? So today we are going to do something interesting because it's not like usual, just don't bother too much dinner. It's gonna be like dinner with camera. So I decided to make something interesting, and we are gonna make pancakes with chicken and mushrooms. So today we're gonna make first pancakes from scratch. Then we're gonna boil some chicken breast and fry some mushrooms with onion and make some little pancake wraps with it. Honey, May is just wondering what I'm doing here and wanna climb it. Whatever. So let's see how it goes. But first I'm gonna put the chicken to boil, and then I'm gonna make the pancakes. Here. And while you haven't seen it, I fried the onion with mushrooms and boiled the chicken and minced the chicken into tiny pieces, and then mixed them together. Also with spices and salt. Don't forget that, or it will be so bland. Okay, so let me try. Actually, that's one of the first time I'm doing it myself, plus on the camera. I'm a little nervous and awkward, so just let it slide. Let's see. We need a little mushroom with chicken. Ooh, smells amazing, just amazing. Then we cover it from both angles like this and make an envelope. Yep, we can just basically leave it like this. Yep, it's already beautiful. Yeah, so let me do it. with one click of finger. All the dishes are washed by themselves, and the kitchen is spotless clean, and everything is wonderful. As if we're in a fairy tale, right? So the pancakes are done, so let's give them to Aaron to try.
I'm on my way to work now, and it takes me around like 1 hour one way. So usually on my way there, I will be stitching or even just looking through the windows because this subway line is out of the ground. Others closer to the center are underground, but this one is so cool because you can actually see the city, and some parts of it are like so traditional and ancient, but closer to the center, we have like these skyscrapers and full steel and glass buildings and just random communities. Just Beijing is so amazingly different. Every part of it is different. Okay, let me just show you because I'm stitching a dragon and it's almost done. Tomorrow is the last day. I finished the class now and going home. Right now I only have around like one class a day, and not every day, but soon my schedule will be so full, just like this subway wagon, because you can see like on the way there I could sit and stitch. On the way back I'm just had to stand like in a tin with sardines, barely like holding my phone next to my face so like no one can push me or something. It's just very different. Very different how the subway goes one way
So
and
I had
another.
a
First class with a new student today, and it's a 12-year-old girl. And of course, like the first thing I always ask is like self-introduction. Tell me about something yourself, about your family, like anything about anything the student wants to tell me, because my primary goal is to teach them to improve their speaking, to teach them to speak, and what else the kid would talk about, like let's talk about thermodynamics. No, of course, like let's talk about yourself. And the girl starts like complaining about her dad, and I'm like, not like usual complaints, but she's like so passively aggressive, and she's like constantly telling me that she never sees her dad, like he comes home maybe 10 times a year. And like later she said like he's a CEO of some company in China, and that's why he's like super busy, and he has like all business trips and he flies everywhere, and of course he's like super busy, he can't stay home, and he misses her birthdays, and he misses like all the holidays and Christmas and everything. And I tried to tell her like yeah, I understand she's like a 12-year-old teenager with already an emotional trauma and family issues, but I try to tell her like, yeah, but you have to like try to understand that he's working for you, he's working so you will have a better future. Like a lot of people are working, and I'm not with my parents right now too, so I kind of understand how you miss him so much, and that's why you kind of like angry at him. But try to understand like it's not his choice, he's not like choosing work over you, it's just his job, so he has to do it, he has to do it to earn money so you can go to this very wonderful international school you're going to now, and you can speak English at the level you are doing right now. And she's like, yeah, I understand, like when he comes over he always brings me a lot of presents and buys new clothes and new stuff, and he's trying so hard, and he provides for the home. But the kid's like emotionally traumatized already, and this is not uncommon for China, this is so common. Like every second family I go to, or even before when I was working in a training center, a lot of families I had like this experience of talking to their parents and grandparents. Like I know how Chinese people live now is that kids are raised by their grandmothers, like basically all day long, 24 and 7 days a week they are with their grandparents who are already retired, because there is no pension in China. So after their retirement, people cannot just leave, they have to like move in with their children and live off
of their children. Their children have to support them. So that's why they raise the grandchildren instead, and the like mothers and fathers, they go to work. And this is kind of okay, but how it works in China, it's not all super healthy for children. Like these grandparents, they just spoil the kids rotten. And I don't know why it came out like this and where this like universal belief originated, but all the grandmas kind of like believe that if they don't like bond their grandchildren to them so much, that they love grandmas and grandpas more than their actual parents, that the parents will kick them out at some point, and only the bond to the grandchildren will keep them. And the grandchildren at some point will say, no, don't like kick out my grandma, let her live with me, let her stay. And like, I don't know, but it's not the first time I heard about it. And it's, I don't know if it's true, but they do behave like that. They do behave that they actually like ask the child like, who do you love more, your mom or me? Or like, if you love me more, I will give you like candy or something. And they spoil them so much that it's normal behavior for a child to just drop on the floor and start like beating and yelling. And the grandma will just like go around him and say, oh, come on, don't do that, don't do that. And actually she'll be like not even pretending to stop, but she'll be like actually happy because like he can only listen to her and no one else. Like the other day I went to this class where the kid was with his grandma and grandpa, and they were having dinner, and I was like 3 minutes earlier than my class, but my class starts at 6, so I expect the dinner will be over by 6, or at least they will be ready for my class. But I came over, and the kid like tells his grandma that he doesn't want to go for class. So grandma starts to bring more and more food to the table, like dessert and fruit, and starts to actually peel the apple and shows me like 5 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm trying to tell her like my class is 6 to 7, and the 7 o'clock strikes, I'm living, I'm Cinderella, I'm living the time, the moment the clock strikes. It doesn't matter like if you were actually like having 1 hour class, or if the kid was pooping 20 minutes out of the class. So my time is 1 hour here, and it's your like not fault, but it's up to you what he's gonna do. And of course, when his mom came over, and she realized that we only had like 45-minute class instead of 1 hour, because the kid was actually eating and I was sitting and waiting for him, and his grandma didn't let him go to class. She was so pissed, but not on me, she was pissed on grandma. And I'm like, why do you do this? Why do you like turn your relationship into this angle, like fighting over child? Like, you should be raising him together. Like, I understand this mom and dad, like they are working from early morning to night. They come home when the kid is already asleep, and of course they don't spend enough time for him to like for the child to get such a strong bond as with grandparents. But don't fight over him. I don't know, but this is like a normal situation in China over the children. Like, what do you think? Do you think it's okay? I'm back from the student from a very long subway ride, and took my shower. And now before Aaron comes home, I still have a little time, which I'm gonna spend stitching the pumpkins. And I will show you my progress. Like, I just started the tiniest corner on the last 6th page. So you see it's a very big full coverage with a lot of colors. Like, oh my god. So I don't know how much I will be stitching today, but basically I have around 2 hours. So after that I will show you my progress. And this is what my organization looks like now. Oh, it's such a mess, but they are all colors are here. So you see, I already have like greens and pumpkins and the ravens in between. So it's a total mess. Right now I'm listening to Dune. because first of all, it's an amazing book. I'm highly recommending it to anyone. When I was my mom is a very big fan of Dune, and when I was a little girl, she wanted me to listen to it a lot, but I never like was really into it. But now that I am like at this age and trying to listen to it, it's really so good. It is so good. So this is the pumpkin wreath right now. Only the last page is left. Oh, and I just have to show you my little Santa's helper. Oh, this is how she's helping her mom. This is how she spends her days. Just lounging in a chair. That's Aaron's chair, but she has little like extra sitting for his back. So sitting in a chair doesn't hurt him a long time. And little lady loves this chair because I think it reminds her of the lab or something. So I put a blanket here, and she's just so relaxed here. She can sleep here all day long. Huh? Are you okay upside down? That's your favorite pose? Aw, sleepy baby. Okay, you can rest. It's already a little. Why are you sitting so awkward?
Let me show the action and then I will show you the real actor.
Okay, action. Okay, Aaron is coming home, so let's see if he likes some Russian dish he never tried before or not.
Okay, let me try.
Chicken mushrooms in a pancake.
Very nice.
A little dry? A little?
If you have some beer or something, it will be better.
Okay, maybe we will. Great. He loved it. Hooray! It's a little late right now, but usually after dinner we spend about an hour just playing. We play the same game but on two computers, so we can actually build a team and play online together. And Erin is here and May is here, so she's also a part of our team. She's cheerleader. But before that, I want to also show you what I have stitched today. So in the evening session was quite productive. Like I finished the whole row here except for this little like part of the wing. But I'm so happy. Like I've got a pumpkin, I've got the crow's leg and part of the crow, and tomorrow probably I will be starting on the next row, but tomorrow will be so busy day too. Tomorrow I have quiz game, and tomorrow is like need to finish the dragon, so no idea how I'll finish all the stitching, but this is just another day, and this has been a very busy day today. I'm a little tired, so I'm gonna finish it here, and thank you everyone who's been with me the whole day. Push like if you liked it, and see you next time. Happy stitching!